Now, let's look at the chilling encounter that occurred deep within the depths of an abandoned mine, located in the mysterious town of Shiloh. Join me as we analyze this spine-tingling footage captured by a group of brave workers from a mining company. As the camera pans across the vast and desolate space, pay close attention for something truly extraordinary. Just a few feet away, nestled in a small crevice, a curious and enigmatic figure comes into view. Its shadowy form can only be glimpsed for a fleeting moment, as if it wishes to remain hidden from the mortal realm. Astonishingly, when the camera pans back, the figure has vanished without a trace, leaving us to wonder, what was it? Yet one hypothesis has gained popularity among believers, a creature known as a duende, an elf-like entity said to harbor sinister intentions. However, let's remember that these theories are just that. Could this be a paranormal presence captured by mere chance? Or is there a logical explanation for this? Now we are following a brave adventurer named S. Our tale begins at a once thriving traveling lodge that fell into disarray many years ago. Now nothing remains but dust-covered furniture and decaying appliances. However, there's an inexplicable aura that surrounds this place, sending shivers down S.'s spine. He can't quite pinpoint it, but there's something unsettling in the air. And armed with his camera, S ventures deeper into the desolated lodge. Every creaking floorboard and flickering light adds to the mounting tension, but it's when he enters a particular room that the extraordinary unfolds. Let's take a look. The atmosphere in this room is unlike any other. It sends chills down our spines, and we can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. S leaves his camera behind, hoping to capture any supernatural presence, and hours pass without any significant incidents. But suddenly, something remarkable is caught on camera. Take a closer look. See how the back cushion of the chair eerily presses against the wooden frame, as if someone invisible were taking a seat. This baffling footage left S utterly bewildered. It validates his initial feeling that there was something peculiar about this room. But what does it all mean? Is there a plausible explanation for this? Or are we dealing with forces beyond our comprehension? As of yet, the answers elude us, leaving us with more questions than answers. The following video was submitted by Antonio. A family embarks on a late-night drive, unaware of the otherworldly enigma awaiting them. Little did they know their journey would take an unexpected turn, and it was an evening they would never forget. Something peculiar materializes right in front of their vehicle. Watch closely as an eerie figure emerges from the darkness. Was it a spirit yearning for release or a mere illusion? A white cloth-like apparition comes into view, seemingly suspended in mid-air, on that desolate road. But the weirdness doesn't end there. In a swift motion, it flutters past the car, leaving the family paralyzed with fear and in disbelief. Its true form remains shrouded in darkness, raising more questions than answers. Our curiosity lingers as we ponder what exactly did they encounter that fateful night. This is a recording of a group of friends, and we see them having a rather pleasant time in what appears to be a park. Apparently, they didn't notice anything out of the ordinary at the time, but once home, they saw that something else was present. Deep in the background of the scene, we can see a disturbing figure. It seems to be hunched over and appears to be completely pale. And perhaps wasn't wearing any clothing. What's horrifying is their way of walking, and above all, their intriguing morphology. What are we seeing here? Some people commented that without a doubt it could be a humanoid creature, maybe a skinwalker. Others argued that it might simply be a regular person who snuck onto the recording. Could it even have been something paranormal? Let me know what you think. Andrew B. had forwarded me the following videos that were documented by Wade Lanigan, a young man who's living together with his young daughter in a supposedly haunted house. Ever since moving in, he felt that something was just not right. And lately, more and more really odd encounters seem to be taking place in his home, especially at night.
At the end of this video, I'll add the photo For context to anyone that's seeing this and hasn't seen the first video, I'm home alone, just me and my daughter, and someone took a picture of me in my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is super terrifying. Right now I'm staying at a buddy's house in his guest room. We're too spooked to stay at my house. It's just too creepy. Even though I did search the whole house, there's definitely no one there, and I made a police report. I made sure to screenshot it so you can see what time it was taken. It's at 2:34 in the morning. As you can see, there's no way that my daughter could have taken it. And there was no one else at my house. Yeah, the way that the photo looks is just super creepy, and it looks like someone was standing on my bed, which is also super creepy.
Ever since this terrifying image had been found on his phone, things just got stranger and stranger. Or may one say, even way more scarier. Shortly after, pretty heavy poltergeist activity started to occur, and Wade found himself in quite the terrifying situation tonight. He updated his community with another bone-tingling update, talking about some mysterious force that was dabbling with his doorbell.
Man, I'm so freaked out right now.
And then the young man makes a big mistake and opens the door to the entity, making many believe that this was the point in time where he allowed this thing inside his home. The following unfolded shortly after.
You okay? Daisy, get in the car. Get in the car.
He realized that the dark entity was staring at him from inside the house, while he was glancing back at it from his car. In his opinion, there was no doubt that this must have been a malevolent entity that possibly wanted him out of the house, but why is unknown. Who can say? The following video was shared by Team Alpha. We see two young women who were just recording a short video for their TikTok profile. What started out as a fictional video about a creepy encounter in their apartment turned into something even more sinister, and they certainly did not expect that. Let's take a look.
Quiere empezar a hacer un corto. Hablamos como si fuera real. Sí. Esto, bueno, pues terminamos de hacer el corto y eso es la verdad, y pues no sé. Así que si estás viendo esto... ¿Qué es eso? No sé. Creí que era el ruido de esto. Güey, se escucha la cama del cuarto. ¿Es la cama del cuarto, va? Sí, pero le metes fue. A ver, espérame. Yo volteo la cámara porque sí, es que sí, güey, se escucha la pinche cara. Vete a la verga, güey. No mames, güey, vete a la verga, güey. Un pinche mono allá en el cuarto. Güey, ya había algo brincando en el cuarto. Espérate, perra, ahí está. Güey. Había alguien, güey, algo estaba brincando, lo grabé ahorita. Te juro que yo lo grabé. Güey. Estaba en el cuarto. Estaba brincando. ¿Te quieres que te voy a enseñar el video, güey?
Es que la Michi, pero la Michi creo que ella se quedó dormida, no sé. A lo mejor fue, no sé, tu imaginación por el tema que estábamos hablando ahorita, pero no creo.
Y güey, para andar jugando por esas mamadas de los cortos nos va a salir algo. Güey, te juro que no.
It is uncertain what exactly had caused this shadow apparition. Or who exactly threw this dark blanket. But the girls believe that this must have been a paranormal encounter. Creepy thought. What do you think? And now let's take a look at this creepy hospital that many of you are already familiar with. On May 20th, a group of nurses embarked on a journey into a section of the hospital that sent shivers down the spines of many doctors and nurses. This forbidden area, known as the Old ER, has long been abandoned. Tragically, it witnessed the passing of numerous patients. The nurses tell tales of haunting encounters that lurk within the walls of this forsaken floor. And one fateful night, a group of nurses working the night shift decided to venture into the haunted realm of the Old ER. They saw it as a light-hearted adventure, little knowing the terror that awaited them. The following footage is their own chilling documentation.
That was evil. You knew what you did there. You guys, haunted ER. We're gonna go. Haunted ER, haunted ER. I'm really good too. Oh my god, my head is huge. Chloe, so I can't even.
Camera.
Huh?
I was just close to the camera.
Yeah, you're right. We got a chance for the haunted ER.
Oh god.
It was like.
I'm not excited about this. I didn't even get a finish eating my sandwich.
It feels like we're getting on a. You nervous? Why are you nervous?
Because it's cold.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
You see anything? That was evil. You knew what you did there.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
You said something.
What?
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 Chloe just spooked herself. What?
Oh. Oh, it's a doll. Oh. Yeah, it's just a little doll. They want us training.
Oh, it's a train doll.
Put it here.
It's still weird though. You know?
Nah, look at her.
That's weird. Oh, that's freaky. Let's go. Upstairs. It's way upstairs. Yeah, that's upstairs. Oh. Sorry, I thought you were. I felt you were like right behind. It's just freaky. You guys wave in the camera or in the reflection.
Can they like see me? God, I feel like I'm gonna see.
Oh, that's the same room.
Oh. God, oh.
What?
Why are you looking? Oh, the lights are on.
That's weird.
Go in. Go in.
I don't wanna go in. No, go in.
Go in. Go in. Figure out why the lights are on. I don't like
Who
that.
cares
I
why the
don't like
lights are
that.
on?
Do
They
it.
look like evil eyes. You guys can come in with me.
Yeah, of
Come on,
course we're
let me
gonna go in with you.
Thanks. Ooh, this feels weird. Is that you?
Yeah.
This room feels weird. I don't like this. Ooh. Oh! Oh! Ooh! The curtain moved!
No,
Yeah, it did. It moved. It moved. It moved. Yes, it did. It did. How do you not see that? Oh, okay.
Ooh. As one of the nurses ventures deeper into a room, something extremely scary unfolds. The hospital curtain, without warning, begins to sway on its own accord. The nurse, overcome with terror, flees the room in panic. But the strangeness doesn't end there. Within seconds of the curtain's movement, a cane mysteriously topples to the ground, defying any logical explanation. The haunted corridors of the hospital continue to stir with inexplicable events. As the nurses grapple with the nature of these occurrences, the true origins of these unsettling encounters remain elusive. Who knows what exactly lingers in these creepy corridors? Now we're taking a look at another news station video. In this case it was shared by News Channel 13. On the recording we see journalist Sam Hessler doing live shots during the morning news from the Green Ridge Cemetery in Saratoga County, advertising and informing their viewers about the so-called spooky twilight tours. A viewer reached out to Sam afterwards and told her that there was something behind her to the left side of the screen.
As you can see behind me here, we have a few gravestones, but what you can't see because it's dark out, and as you can see behind me here, we
To some, this looks like a spooky orb that is passing by the graves in the background. Could they be onto something? Some residual energy, perhaps? The crew stated that there were no moving lights at the scene, and even traffic lights seemed very unlikely. So, what was it then? The following video was shared by urban explorer and paranormal enthusiast Leo, who went with a friend of his to a supposedly haunted shop. The shop is not accessible and fenced off, so the two were doing a live on his profile and showing the surroundings to their viewers. Of course, this wasn't as satisfying as they had hoped, since not having access to the building doesn't really help in urban exploration. However, his phone captured something unusual when live streaming to his audience. After analyzing the footage, it became clear that a pale face was staring out of one of the windows, which honestly gave the two explorers quite some goosebumps. The building is abandoned for quite some time and, as stated, nobody has access to it, making them believe that they might have captured one of the ghosts that is said to haunt this building. What a scary thought, isn't it? Now we're taking a look at the case of Flat 7 Ghost again, and Tom's sinister documentation of the paranormal encounters that are all unfolding within the four walls of his apartment. He actually suspects that all these paranormal happenings could be related to a tragedy that occurred and that the land his apartment was built on is actually haunted. Standing at the end of the hallway and peeking into the frame, it is uncertain if this is a malevolent entity that is also bound to this place. But who can blame Tom for being freaked out after this incident? Gonna keep my eyes open for any updates. Jörg, a German man, and his wife got startled awake by strange noises emanating from their attic the following night. Sensing something amiss, they grab their camera and begin recording, hoping to document the unexplained phenomena that have been plaguing their home. This chilling video has not only left them perplexed, but also filled with terror. The couple, German immigrants who are living in the United States, purchased a house whose exact location remains undisclosed. However, it is clear that their new abode is situated on haunted grounds. They have been experiencing a series of unsettling events, most of which occur within the confines of their attic, directly above their bedroom. As the clock strikes midnight, they hear distinct sounds of movement from above.
Schon wieder.
Ich höre.
Ich guck mal hoch. Schnuffi. Schnuffi? Was ist los? Schnuffi? Schnuffi? Schnuffi, was ist los? Was machst denn du? Na komm schon.
It appears that even their dog senses the presence of something ominous, cowering under the bed for a few minutes, only to retreat back beneath the bed. What follows is a sequence of spine-chilling events.
Komisch. Nee, nix. Überhaupt nix. Oh well.
Objects inexplicably move, and a sense of palpable unease fills the air. The couple is too afraid to retrieve the camera immediately after, waiting for a day before Jörg summons the courage to venture back up and retrieve it. The camera's battery is almost depleted, but after a full charge, they review the footage, revealing something that sends shivers down their spines. A high metal vase, previously balanced atop a box, suddenly tilts at a slight angle. Another object is forcefully hurled across the room. The couple firmly believes that their house is haunted, and while the dog's fearful behavior hints at something extraordinary, they leave it up to you to decide. Did they truly capture something paranormal here? Or is there another explanation for what unfolded that night? Another strange incident that was captured on a nightly cruise on a highway the following night. It was quite busy on the road, and the female driver sharing this was saying that she was basically just listening to the radio at the time. As you can tell, it gets weird quite fast, as the woman describes a person in some kind of strange gear was appearing out of nowhere in the middle of the road. The car in front of her was even trying to pull out of the way when initially planning to overtake the travel bus in front. Many believe, due to the sudden appearance of this thing, that it was in fact a ghost that manifested out of thin air. However, I'm questioning this a bit, since we can see this person wearing shorts, a backpack of some sorts, and maybe even a hat. But how could they disappear like that on the road? The woman also states that the person actually disappeared the second her car would have touched it. Really odd. Were they maybe standing there all along? It's really hard to say, but whatever the answer, it's quite scary, I find. The following video is also quite the spooky one. It was recorded by Ali McDaniel, who states that he had just returned from a fishing trip that day, and that he heard some really alarming screams from a close-by public bathroom. he didn't see anybody entering, and he felt that this was quite odd, so he started recording this encounter.
Yo, what the? What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
What Ali didn't realize at the time was that there seemed somebody else standing relatively close to him in the bathroom. Many people said that the screams seemed quite real though, making some believe that it might have been just a nice video project. But if not, what exactly had unfolded here that evening? The next video was captured by a family who came back from a little trip in Mexico. They were traveling along a road in the fields, which was relatively deserted. What made them pull out their phone was a scary-looking object that was seemingly floating in the sky, just a few meters above the road. They said that it was an extremely scary looking shadow figure, with barely any facial features as far as they could tell. They had no explanation for this terrifying incident, other than something inexplicable that must have unfolded here. How else could we explain this? What is that thing? The following video was uploaded by a young man who loves to capture departing and arriving trains. One of his favorite spots is an older bridge from where he can oversee the entirety of the train tracks, and therefore can capture some really great footage. Interestingly enough, this area is said to be home to several strange events. Legends speak of a ghost train that can be seen ever so often as it's making its way through the area. The following night, the man saw an extremely bright light at the end of the tracks and started recording in anticipation. The lights suddenly vanish, and there's no train coming towards his direction. But as weird as this is, there was something else going on the train tracks. Did the man also capture two of the spirits that are said to roam the area at night? Apparently, there have been several unfortunate accidents over the last decades, making many of his viewers believe that this actually were two of these eternal visitors. Hard to say what transpired here that night, but it's certainly very mysterious.